Today is Wednesday, May 2nd, 2018. Welcome to the Survivor Fans Podcast. I'm Joanne.
And I'm Stacy.
And this is our recap of Survivor Ghost Island, Week 10, Episode 11.
This episode's titled The Finish Line is in Sight. That was spoken by Dominic. We get that pretty early on in the episode. Previously on Survivor, Desiree was willing to jump ship. Laurel rats her out to Dominic. Wendell, Kellen, and Dominic struck first. Desiree is gone. Very straightforward. I think pretty much all of the previously on Survivors are very straightforward. They're not bending anything this time. They're taking care of it with the fancy edit.
They heard you accusing them of rewriting history.
Could be. Okay, it's Naviti, night 27. We know they listen close, so let's get started with our recap. Keep them on their toes.
Back from Tribal Council, Dom hugs Laurel, thanking her for saving Kellen.
He went in for that hug right beside Kellen. Yep. Wasn't hiding anything there.
Because she'd be gone if you hadn't
That's what
let
he
us
says,
in on
right?
it. Yep.
And Kellen tells her that solidified you in with the good group of people. So you're part of the good folks.
Yeah, with the good group of people.
Mm-hmm.
But then she confesses that she's not sure she wants to work with her. So
yes. No surprise there, huh?
Nope.
Okay, day 28. This is where we get the title. Dom's talking, and he and Wendell are chatting, and he said the finish line is in sight. We're getting close. Days are counting down.
And Wendell's like, if we go after each other, we'll both die in this game.
Mm-hmm.
And Dom completely agrees and then tells us that, I'm willing to cut Wendell at the right time.
Wendell tells us he knows it's obvious that he and Dominic are working together, but he thinks it's still a little bit under the radar that Laurel and Donathan are part of that alliance, too.
Okay, and Dominic wants to look for another idol. I was kind of confused why he thought there would be another one.
Yeah, because, like you said, Donathan found the one after Michael used his.
Yeah, but I guess Dominic wouldn't know that. So,
Nope.
So I guess that's why he went to look.
And hey, good for him looking. It appears that there's going to be something around camp. There's always going to be an advantage or an idol. Yeah.
People should just look all the time because
that's definitely the message.
Should always keep their eyes
to the
open.
Castaways. Yeah. Certainly something Dominic said he's been practicing and is doing so now as he finds a coconut with an emblem on it.
What did you think about the tainted idol?
It seems like a waste. I guess it's honoring part of survive. Okay, well, you asked me what I thought. I'll tell what I thought first, and then you can tell what you thought. How's that? So, obviously, it's honoring Survivor history by going back to David's old idol that was a fake and did such a number there. But Dominic's already made a fake idol. So, I don't know why bringing a fake idol in to be a fake idol makes a lot of sense to me. So if you're going to bring it in and say the fake's now real, then yeah, I get it, like they've done before. But in this case, this one just kind of fell flat with me. What was your take?
I thought it was a wonderful opportunity to be utilized to trick someone into being comfortable at Tribal Council, just like Jason. Wasn't it Jason? No, Jay.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, and that is the very definition of a fake idol.
That's right.
So.
Well, I was calling it a tainted idol.
Mm-hmm. It's a fake idol. All right, day 29, time for the Immunity Community Challenge. And so here's where we get enlightened on the extra twist. As we learned from next time on Survivor, 2 people are going to win immunity, and 2 are going to get voted out and go to Tribal Council. And how they're going to do it is that they're going to split them into 2 tribes. Orange and purple. Go figure.
2 and 2.
Yeah. So 5 on orange, 5 on purple. Who's on orange?
Michael, Laurel, Dominic, Wendell, and Kellen.
Okay, and on purple we got Chelsea, Sebastian, Angela, Donathan, and Jenna. And no Ghost Island for this episode, so take a whiff on that one again.
There was just no time.
Yeah. Speaking of no time, Kellen spends almost no time in the challenge before she's out, and then Michael right behind her. So it was a little surprising. I thought they were going to fight a little harder, but I didn't think her little chicken arms were going to be able to withstand that, given how that challenge worked.
Yeah, but I thought Michael had a way better chance. I did not.
You had given serious consideration to him winning immunity in this challenge,
but
right?
I decided before I knew they were splitting things up that the winners would be Chelsea and Sebastian because they had such good arm strength last challenge, the immunity challenge.
Yeah.
So they would probably win out, and then they were on the same one. It's
that wouldn't have worked well for you.
Well,
yep.
Best
okay,
laid
so
plans.
Kellen slips. She's out. Michael's out shortly after, and then here comes Donathan and Laurel. Boop, boop, 2 more. And then it ends up on the orange team. It's just Dominic versus Wendell, and they start the smack talking.
Yeah, and they all went out pretty fast. You know, the first part of it didn't last that long.
No. So you got to push up on this big metal basket to hold that ball up against the wood above to keep it from moving. And did you notice they had different size blocks for people to stand on? So that the smaller people wouldn't have had to have pushed harder or held it higher.
Okay.
So they made sure that it evened out. So tiny little Chelsea had a nice big wooden block she was standing on to make it even.
I did notice she was on a block.
Yeah.
I guess I just didn't notice other
and
people.
other people had different height blocks that they were on to make sure it was all even, that they could hold the same basic arm position. Yeah.
I did kind of note that. So they're down to the final 4 at 15 minutes.
Yeah, Sebastian and Jenna went out on the purple, and that left Chelsea versus Angela. That looked like that was going to be a pretty good one. Chelsea slipped and saved right after the 15-minute mark.
Chelsea's going to go, and then Angela just dropped.
Just kind of out of nowhere, we see Angela drop, and Chelsea wins again, her second individual immunity.
Good on her.
Good job, yeah. Now
I think I'd already been trying to credit her with 2, but
yeah, you had
now
a couple
she
times.
has
Yeah, legitimately, you can say that now. Now it's Dom versus Wendell, and we're in smack talk overload. They end up going over 30 minutes.
Do you think that they would in any way trust each other less for duking it out? Or I really like what Dominic said about, hey, I grew up with a lot of siblings. We fought over the last piece of chicken or whatever, nugget, the last nugget.
What was the question, though? I didn't quite catch what your question was.
Do you think that it damaged their relationship in any way to do heavy smack talk with each other?
No.
They were just entertaining the folks and
and themselves,
get her and
distracting themselves,
psych the other people out.
Yeah,
I almost thought Dom was going to do that too much and drop his. While
he did slip, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
And then it seemed like Wendell just went ahead and let go.
Yeah, I think he knew he couldn't hold any longer. That's why he did that. So
doesn't hurt to make Dominic look like a bigger target.
That's right.
That there wasn't a whole lot to be gained at that point for either one of them, so I think he finally figured that out. Okay, so Chelsea's got her second win, Dominic's got his first, and Michael tells us he's going to try to figure something out. Okay, I think that's a good idea, Michael.
And Dominic tells us this is an easy vote for us. It's Michael, no problem.
Well, at least Michael had some other plans, huh? So they get back to camp, and this is just a 2-dayer. So it's still day 29. Everybody's congratulating Chelsea. Dominic comes over and says, so that's what it feels like. Yeah.
Well, was he the first guy to win? Yeah. Well, it's about time. Okay. I wasn't surprised that Michael asked Donathan to borrow it to show, like, probably Dominic, that, hey, I got an idol. See?
Right.
But I was kind of surprised at Donathan just immediately saying no. I think he made the absolute right choice, but I thought he might be a little more easygoing than that, and that he might feel pressured to give in to Michael, but he didn't seem to. No.
Actually, it seemed more like he wanted to make a point of it. He wanted to demonstrate how adamant he was and that he wasn't a pushover or anything like that with regards to how he is.
Well, he just said no. He didn't want to take any chances. That
he didn't just say no. He explained it and why, right?
Yeah.
How he didn't want people to see him go digging in his bag.
Jonathan didn't want to take any chances that it might blow up his game in any way.
Michael didn't seem to be too set back by it. He said, well, I'll just say that I have one then. He just kind of rolled with it. He didn't have much choice, did he?
I'm surprised Michael hadn't tried to make a fake idol out of something.
I'm pretty sure he did. I could have sworn that they were showing us that that's what he was doing when he was in the Next Time on Survivor clip. Because it just really looked like he was working on something.
Well, it must not have been successful because he would have shown it if he had anything he thought might be believable.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe he just wanted to make something that he could keep hidden.
What did you think of his plan to approach Kellen out of that group?
I didn't realize how effective that would be.
Yeah, I didn't. I was surprised that he chose her, but sounds like he made a good choice.
Yeah, and it seemed like it was a nice soft pitch, too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm with you for the long haul. I've got an idol. Here's what I'm doing. I'm going to play it tonight, and then we'll go from there.
Certainly sent her into a tailspin.
It rattled her cage. Yep, right to Dominic.
Though he didn't believe it for a second. He seems pretty good on reading people, doesn't he?
He was adamant at first, and then he seemed a little less. I don't know if he was just compensating for how rattled she was. But he seemed to give pause for a second there and then consider the possibility and then come back around a second time and say, no, I'm pretty sure he doesn't have it. But yeah, he does seem to be good at sussing that out.
Seems interesting that at times Dominic thinks Kellen's kind of paranoid, and yet she comments about how he's going off the deep end and acting paranoid. They both seem to think that frequently about each other.
I think they're probably both right. Yeah, it's hard not to be paranoid when you're out there.
Well, I would hope everyone was paranoid to some degree.
But she doesn't give up. Dom didn't buy into it, her panic, so she goes and tries it on Chelsea. Tells her it might be me, and I'm going to vote with Laurel.
So obviously,
not going to vote for Michael.
She still likes Chelsea fine because she's still confiding.
Sharing. Yeah.
And telling her that I'm going to vote Laurel. Why would? I don't understand why she would bother to do that. Since Chelsea has nothing to do with the vote, obviously she just needed to run it by somebody that she trusted not to tell.
Yep.
Which seems odd since Desi had said Chelsea was with her to vote her out. But I guess maybe she didn't buy that.
I don't think she totally got what she needed from Chelsea because she took her case to Wendell after that.
Mm-hmm.
She tells Wendell he has an idol, and can we vote out Laurel tonight?
And Wendell tells us she doesn't know Laurel is my ally.
Yeah, I thought he played it well.
Yeah, he did. Wendell's been pretty steady with how he's handled things, I think.
And you could tell Wendell wasn't 100% sure when he was talking with Laurel after that.
Mm-hmm.
Because Laurel's got cause to be concerned, too, because if it somehow flips off Michael, then, yeah, there's a good chance it might be coming at her.
Well, and she never asked them to vote for, because she said, and you guys don't want to vote for Kellen, so, and she just moved on. She wasn't, like, presenting something, but it gave him that opportunity to say, I'll vote for her.
Yeah, which was good.
If we need to, I'll vote her.
Sure.
And I thought, oh, interesting, because, again, Laurel was testing them. She said last time she was testing them. She expects them, if she's going to stay with them, to have her back.
And she definitely needed it this time.
Yes, she did.
When Wendell and Laurel are talking, they end up saying, well, yeah, either Michael has quit or he has an idol. So Michael was putting on a good show. He committed to his path that he presented.
He had nothing
to Kellen
else.
Yeah, and at least he kept the act going. So. And
Kellen tells us she's going to use her extra vote and put 2 votes on Lauren. Laurel.
Yeah.
Wendell says he would prefer to have Michael and Jenna both out, but he's willing to make a big move to protect his alliance if need be.
Yep, willing to take risks.
I like that.
Even though it's been super busy today, so he seems to have some clarity. Sebastian seems like he's got his dialed in at first. right? It's really clear to him. They're 2 Malolo, they're 3 Naviti. Jenna's going to go, but we're going to say it's Donathan. So, yeah, there's no...
tell Jenna, at least, that it's Donathan. Mm-hmm. I assumed it would be Jenna for some reason, but she seemed the more likely first vote.
Did you think things had switched, possibly, after that conversation between Jenna, Sebastian, and Chelsea? When Jenna asked, hey, is there a possibility you could keep me and vote out Donathan?
Oh, did I think it had switched?
Yeah.
I didn't think so, no. I thought they were telling her exactly what they said they would.
Donathan thinks there's a chance that she's in danger, and he's considering saving her with his idol.
Now that upset me.
Yeah.
But Jenna believes him completely, and she's going to convince Donathan that it's her so that he won't play his idol. But then he offers to play it for her. Why didn't she just go, yeah, okay, and flip her whole thing around? But
right.
Yeah.
Really? You'd do that for me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would have pushed that. But.
Yeah. You think we can make it work? Yeah. You start celebrating what an incredible play it'll be.
I don't know. I thought she kind of overplayed a little bit with things, in that might have made him a little suspicious. And I would have thought somebody would have mentioned to him that she was willing to vote him out. But maybe they didn't feel any need to.
I don't think it's in your best interest to have a discussion with either one of them, actually.
It isn't on the other three, but it doesn't mean that somebody like Sebastian wouldn't bring it up. Or at least I would attribute that more to him than to the girls.
So Laurel and Donathan get together for a quick discussion, and Donathan's now terrified that Laurel's going to be the one to go.
Yep. Well, anyway, you look at it, they're still after Malolo. Bottom line.
Yep.
So if Donathan's smart now, he will really lock on to the alliance with Wendell and Dominic, I think.
Well, he has to give up on the Malolo.
Well, yeah. There's
Reverse
only
the curse
two of them.
play. Yeah.
Though it doesn't mean one of them couldn't win.
That's true. As long as one of them wins, I guess that's still valid, but they're not going to take over as a majority alliance.
At least there's a couple of Malolo on the jury now.
Yeah, so Donathan
or three, actually.
He leaves Jenna to believe that he could end up playing it for her, but he tells us it really depends on how it goes. Yeah, I want to reverse this curse, and if I need to play it for myself, then I certainly will. You ready for Tribal Council?
Number 1.
Purple's up first. The jury is confused. Rightly so.
Yep.
Donathan tells Probst, yep, that's right, we're back to the start. It's Malolo versus Naviti. Sebastian confirms. He said, yep, they've had the short end of the stick from the very beginning.
I just wrote Naviti strong.
Yeah. Jenna chimes in, there are no cracks. It's me going.
Let's vote. Did that surprise you? It's me, Sam's going, let's vote. I thought she's afraid somebody'd switch something. She wanted to vote Donathan out quickly so she could relax.
Sure.
So.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, she catches Sebastian a little off guard with that statement. He says that's very interesting and blunt as a first statement.
So I wonder if they ever really were, you never know, if they flipped back and forth, or if they just said, yeah, we're voting Jenna, and that was that. They never really wavered. But we don't know.
I think there was enough cause for confusion going in that we weren't 100% sure how it was going to go, right?
No, for sure.
It worked for us. Yeah, Donathan confirms that it does feel hopeless tonight, and Jenna says, it's me. Probst tells us this may be the fewest questions I've ever asked at a tribal council. Let's go vote.
They're like, okay, if you want to vote already, let's do it.
Yep.
And it was Donathan, of course, gets Jenna's vote.
And, Donathan plays the idol for himself.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That's the important thing.
I was just waiting. Yeah, I was saying, play it for yourself, play it for yourself.
Right, you were worried he was going to play it for Jenna.
Please don't play it for her.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, go with the votes.
Not even for the point.
Donathan gets 1 vote, and he gives
from
us
Jenna, and
gives
Sebastian
us a no snap on that.
1 vote from Donathan, which probably surprised him. I wonder if that'll come back to bite him. That he voted for.
I don't know.
Sebastian.
Yeah.
And the other 3 voted Jenna, just like they said originally. And bye-bye, Jenna.
Kapow.
Walk on over to the jury.
Yeah, take a spot on the jury, just like that. And no hugs. Yes. Moving on.
You smell. Get over.
Yeah. Okay. Tribal council for the orange team. Laurel looks over, sees Jenna, and says, yep, it's still Naviti strong. We see how things are going.
Jeff's like, still one of the Malolo, huh?
Dominic says, yep, luck is not on their side.
And then Kellen goes on and on about how very scared she is. She's so scared of the Idol King, even though he's very good looking and blah, 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 whatever it was she said. Yeah. I'm like, oh, quit trying to stroke
okay, so
kid.
For me, the big silly mucky point wasn't that one. It was Probst trying so hard with his predator and prey question. What did you think of that one?
Not much.
Wendell just
got nothing for you.
Yeah, Wendell just rolls with it. He said, "Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah." So it's all about sensing, yeah, and our senses are heightened out here. So, yeah, we're trying to sense if he has an idol.
I think Donathan is speaking to directly to Kellen when he's like, "Okay, don't panic."
Dominic.
That's what I said.
No,
I didn't.
That's okay.
Well, Dominic.
Yeah.
I knew who I was talking about.
Yeah.
Dominic just said, don't panic. I do not believe that Michael has an idol, and I'm planning to stick to the plan.
Michael was good to undermine that, though. He said, oh, yeah, the prey can tell. I'm just going to keep it safe here.
He was right.
In case I need to play it. Yeah.
I don't think they wavered. You had asked me something about, do you think... when they started doing the whispering.
Whisperfest.
Yeah. That seemed to freak Kellen out a little bit, too. But I wondered if they had decided to go with Laurel and vote Kellen, but once Dominic realized that Michael does not have an idol, that whole thing he said, oh, no, and I'm going to just keep it low, and Dominic's like, no way. If he had it, he'd pull it out right now. And I had a feeling maybe that's what he was whispering to Wendell's no, let's don't vote Kellen. We don't really want to vote Kellen. It's Michael. Let's just go for our original and vote Michael. And I thought, I wonder if that's what they were doing, and that's why they didn't include Kellen. And they couldn't include Laurel. She's too far away. So. Well, I guess he could have.
Yeah,
Dominic
she was right
could
beside
have.
him. Yeah.
Well, Michael's legs were kind of in between, but Michael's trying to listen too. But
I like how Wendell threw it out there that they wanted to avoid the collateral damage like Libby. Who was it? Laurel said something about that too, about how
total loving on a jury member.
What? Yeah, that was well played by both
in the
of them.
Jury.
Yeah.
Oh, they're already thinking it.
Yeah.
You could tell. That told me they're already thinking about.
I want Libby's vote. No, I want Libby's vote. Yeah.
Well, then we'll just.
We saw what happened last time they tried to take out Michael and ended up hitting Libby.
Okay, I think Laurel really. Do you think she was confident that the guys were with her?
No.
Because she talked like she wasn't.
Yeah,
though
I believed her.
I think she was more confident than she let on. But I think she had to play that up, at least for Kellen, even if they went with her against Kellen. So I'm not sure, but I didn't think she was as nervous as she said.
Well, she was disarming when she said, "No one called me pretty," and she was wishing someone had passed a compliment her way. But I think she was truly unhinged, like she intimated when she said it hinges on their read of Michael.
Well, that's true.
I think it did a number on her too. She really didn't know how things were going to go.
Yeah,
and you could see Kellen was visibly worried and shaken. She wasn't sure what was going on.
I think that was legitimate, but I really felt like Lauren knew that Laurel knew that Michael and Dominic were going to support her, not vote for her.
Wendell and Dominic were going to support Michael. You're with Kellen. You're upside down in the roller coaster.
It is the end of the day.
It is, isn't it? It's been a long week.
Maybe it's just me.
Yeah, it's been a long week.
It's been a long day, too. Okay, so anyway.
Kellen's not fooling around.
Y'all know what I mean.
She plays her advantage. She's like, oh, yeah, I'm throwing 2 votes. I'm not trusting anyone.
Okay, Kellen's getting even more nervous with her 1 in 4 shot and going home. And Laurel's still saying it feels like me, so let's vote.
Okay. How do the votes play out?
Well, Laurel voted for Kellen, and Kellen put 2 votes on Laurel. Michael voted for Wendell, which kind of surprised me. And
he had voted for Wendell before, so that's not a complete shocker.
I guess. And Dominic and Wendell voted Michael, which created a tie between Laurel and Michael and a revote.
Yep.
So
can only vote for Michael or Laurel.
We don't 100% know that she didn't vote Michael, but I think he would have shown the other vote if it weren't for Michael. So I'm pretty sure they all 3. And there was no reason for her not to vote with her alliance, because her only reason not to go with the other 2 guys was because
to protect herself, and she wasn't in jeopardy
from the idol.
Yep.
So she had no excuse then not to vote with them. So I'm sure she did. And Michael finally gets the boot.
Yep.
And the jury, Libby specifically, is aware of the 6 votes right away. And
Jenna seemed confused, but Libby was explaining it. Yeah. So she was on top of it.
Somebody had an extra vote.
Michael gets hugs, I think, from everyone but Kellen.
Okay, but when Michael got up to leave, Lauren hugs him, the guy. Why do I keep doing that? Anyway, everyone hugs him except Kellen, and she's facing forward, and she looks really angry to me. And I don't understand exactly what's going on.
She realized that she went against her alliance and almost messed things up. She's wasted her advantage.
And frustrated that her name was even brought up. That Laurel dared to vote for her.
And she was kept out of the secret conversation between Dominic and Wendell. I don't know what all could have been behind that. I suspect we'll find out. But Probst tells us everyone who could have received votes tonight did. And that should make for some interesting discussions back at camp.
That's true.
To which I heartily agree.
And Desi comments that nobody hugged me when I left.
It was Jenna, actually.
No, I thought it was Desi.
No, it was Jenna. Jenna's the one who just left.
I know, but I'm saying I thought Desi said nobody hugged her when she left.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong.
We'll have to go back and look. Since we saw it differently.
So, in the end, it looks like what should be considered a predictable outcome. The pagonging continues with a short detour.
And yet there was so much packed into the episode, it just didn't feel like a straight pagonging.
No, not at all. No, it was, for that to be the result, that was probably one of the most interesting, exciting ways to get there that you could come up with. I enjoyed that thoroughly.
And we both got full points.
Well, there is that, isn't there? But
though you changed yours to what I had last minute.
Well, with hours to spare. I don't want to go last minute there.
2:30.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
You changed to what I had.
Yes. Yes, I did. And I'm so thankful for that. So I'm more than happy to take full points on this big double elimination episode. Anything else you want to add about the episode?
Just that it was really, really fun. So let's go to next on.
Probst tells us the majority is on thin ice.
And Kellen is going on to the girls about he doesn't even care. And she's all mad, and Angela's rolling her eyes. So is she rolling her eyes at Kellen, or wasn't sure about all that?
Yeah, not clear.
What
Kellen
is
tells
going
us
on?
That Happy Naviti has come to an end as far as she's concerned.
Okay.
Somehow she's decided that they've made a different choice.
So let's see.
Grab your Kleenex. Family visit coming.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And Probst tells us blood's thicker than water.
All right.
Okay.
Get ready to sob.
Well, it would be emotional. You can make fun of it, but it definitely is to be away from people like that. Okay, what else did you want to say about the episode? Any prediction about next week?
Well, I look forward to seeing that Naviti original Naviti alliance crumble if indeed it has finally arrived.
So the girls, Angela, Chelsea, and Kellen, seem to be still hanging there. But who would go with Sebastian? Go with them? I guess that's 4.
Yeah, there's a 4-4 brewing potentially.
Yeah.
So they've really got to run the deception. I think that makes Kellen a big target for next to go.
But what if it's 4-4?
I think Sebastian and Angela are opportunistic. And all you got to do, Dominic's got that long-standing relationship with Chelsea. So if that's still in place, then you just leverage that to say it's time to get the little emotional roller coaster out of the game and let Kellen go stew in the jury for a while. So right now, she's my pick.
Kellen. They should
time for her to go.
If
let's get rid of the drama.
I was going to say they should get Chelsea out because she's won 2 immunity challenges. It's like we can't beat her. Little bitty thing that she is.
Yeah.
Of course, there'll be challenges.
2 good picks, and then you've still got Donathan and Laurel, and who have no ammunition now that Donathan's played as idol. So there'll very likely be another idol out available for discovery in the next cycle.
Do you think that Dominic and Wendell will be upset either with Donathan or Laurel because they didn't know about his idol and they had shared about theirs? Or I don't know that they told Donathan, but I would assume Laurel had, but maybe not. Maybe Laurel's keeping it closer to the chest than we know. And not sharing from each side.
My first instinct response to what you were asking was, no, I don't think they're going to hold that against him.
Well, they probably
as a matter of fact, they're more than thrilled. They're more, they not only do they need him, but they're thrilled that he doesn't have it, and they've got more power than he does.
And the thing is that those 2 guys do have an idol that they could use to get numbers, and if they use that to get numbers on their side, then
you're talking about the fake one?
Good. No, I'm talking about the 2 idols
that they do have.
Okay. Plus, the fake one could be used.
Dominic's got a fake one that David made that was really nice. Yeah.
I mean, Dominic could use that to get somebody to vote with him. I will give you my idol.
Yeah, it'd be a good way to pull Chelsea in. If you will come with
us, this is yours. I'll give it to you right now.
Yeah.
Oh, heck
you needed to lock Chelsea in for a majority. Yeah.
Chelsea, Sebastian, whoever.
Yeah,
Angela.
It'd be funny to do that to Sebastian. Yeah. He'd be like, oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah, he's who I'd rather see him. Or even Angela. I don't
Chelsea
know.
might be too smart.
Chelsea's pretty sharp, I think.
Yeah.
And not that Angela isn't, but I don't know if Sebastian would see through it or not. We don't really see enough
about him. Plus, it's a nice shell.
To know all of his personality. But
I think they show us enough in the extra clips.
Oh, was it a shell, the necklace? I don't even remember.
I think it had a big shell on it, yeah.
Well, then Sebastian would love it, of course. But
yeah.
Anyway, that would be a good plan. I think it's looking...
Perhaps, yeah.
Still looking pretty good for Wendell and Dominic.
It'll look even better if they get Kellen off the roster, yeah.
And I just do not see...
Because she's still getting credit for things, I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't see Laurel and Donathan going with those girls.
There doesn't seem to be any established connection.
Yeah, exactly. And I can't see Laurel trusting. Kellen wasn't even that believable when she said, oh, you're in with the good people now.
Unfortunately, they seem to have limited social connections.
Yep.
But on the plus side, you need fewer at this stage of the game.
However, Donathan, I think, would have options because everybody seems to like him.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they wouldn't vote him off, but people do seem to like him. And
you can flip it around, too, and say, right now is the time to take out Dominic or Wendell. So a big blindside for them coming up. So if you want to pick some big targets, you got your obvious 2 Malolo that are left, but it seems like Kellen's a great one with the Power Alliance to target. And then if you're at all interested in making a move off the bottom, which hopefully Chelsea and Angela are thinking about, then they're going to look to come after Dominic or Wendell.
Well, yeah, they should all be looking at that, but I think you're right. I think they should go after Kellen. If for no other reason, she seems to be creating chaos a little bit. So, if the next on is
she seems to keep her foot on the drama overdrive pedal quite a lot. So it could make for a happier camp without her for sure. But yeah, it's at your own peril if you don't target Wendell or Dominic soon.
What if she's really angry that she didn't get picked to spend time with her loved one?
Yeah, that's very likely.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, very, very likely.
That could set her off big time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people's emotions are so high anyway.
Yeah, they haven't had that pecking order type event to help people see where they stood. So hopefully the family visit will be a trigger for that.
And that's an important event. Oh, Michael wanted that so badly for his mom.
Yep.
Oh, I just remembered that. I'm sorry, Michael.
You and a lot of other people are very sad. Speaking of which, how about some JSFL updates?
Okay, I'll do that just as soon as I say I am extremely proud of Michael and how he played this game, and especially because of his age.
Yeah.
So good on you, Michael.
I think he's pretty much secured the most underestimated.
You're awesome, and you played a very good first game of Survivor. Okay. Brandon from Alabama is now in first place in JSFL with 49 points.
Been there, right?
He was there last week.
Yeah.
I think.
So still there? Okay.
5 people lost their USB for Jenna and 30 for Michael. 98 people lost a safe point on Jenna and 32 for Michael. 84 people gained a vote-off point for Jenna and 189 people for Michael. Side challengers, congratulations with 45 points. Jeremiah has now taken the lead.
Oh, past Brandon.
Yep, 44 points, Brandon and Jay Kindred. 43, Cold Mike, James and Shannon, and Stacy.
Moving on up.
42 points, Jonathan. 41, Randy. 39, Parker. And 37, Kitty Cat.
There we have it.
Who had Michael and Jenna safe.
Safe. Oh, ow. Double kapow.
That's painful.
Unfortunate. Okay. Well, and at this point, if you don't have at least 3 safe picks left
for each person,
that's each of the castaways that are left in the game, JSFL may get very tricky for you because there's going to be
choose your safe ones well.
Yeah, well, hopefully you did that up until now.
Yeah, well, you can only use any person as safe 6 times during the game. So that's what Stacy's talking about for those of you that don't know.
That's right. So if you don't have 3 left on somebody, you're probably going to be choosing them to go.
Been there, done that. So
it can get really annoying when you
if you lost it sooner or later.
Yeah, you start losing points just because you don't have enough left to pick from.
Oh no, I don't have enough people to pick from. Well, the thing is then you go, but I don't have any safe points. I think that person's going home, but I don't have any safe picks on anybody else. So then you end up putting them to be safe and to go home.
Yeah.
Because you don't have any other safe points, so you kind of hedge your bets. Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah.
But anyway, it gets interesting. No matter what your score is at this point in the game, do not be discouraged because the big thing is the finale. You've got 50 points possible just on the final 4, plus whatever USB, and I think they're gonna. Unless they have another double, they're going to go in with 6, right?
It seems to be tracking that way right now, yeah.
So that's interesting. Yeah. So there's a lot of points to be had in the finale.
Yeah, finale's on the 23rd. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's why we said you got 3 more safe picks you're going to make.
Weeks of Survivor.
Yep. Before it's over.
Wow.
So this was pretty interesting. I don't know if they'll do another double. Doesn't sound like they'll do one next week, or they would have alluded to it.
No, they won't next week because they'll use the time for the family visit.
So they'll either do it...
But will they do it the following week?
The following week, or they'll go into the finale with 6.
And they'll have to do something quick
at
the beginning.
Yeah. they'll have multiple immunity challenges to settle that out, which they've done before.
They've done it before, yeah. It's not the norm. It usually goes in with 5 to the finale. But it has happened, and they've dealt with it. So
we're looking.
They seem to be coming up with a lot of different twists and turns, don't you think? I still feel like they're doing that every week. There's a little.
Probst said they would continue to do it throughout the season. There would be new twists.
He was right.
Yep. Even though Ghost Island twist is a bust, there's definitely new things, and it'll be interesting to see if there's another idol back out there, given that someone's just found an advantage and that an idol was played. If we get another idol out there, who's going to scoop it up? Is Dominic going to end up with 2 idols and a fake idol?
But we haven't gotten any idols from Ghost Island. There's only been advantages out there, right?
Yeah. Still trying to thudding along out there on Ghost Island. So
never know.
Hasn't redeemed itself yet, and time's running out. Well, we're looking forward to hearing what you thought about this double elimination episode. Were you happy with the results? Were you stunned and shocked? Were you as upset as Kellen was when it was all said and done? The voicemail line, 206-350-1547. There's a toll-free version, 844-643-8737. You think Dominic and Wendell and Laurel and Donathan are going to stick together and pull another one in to win it all? Who's going to be the majority alliance to take control at the next step? The email is joanneandstacyshow@gmail.com. You can record your own and send it in, or you can just send the written part, and either Joanne or I will read it into the show. That's the listener feedback show. Feedback is due noon Pacific time on Saturday, and we need you to keep it in that 3-minute range, so there'll be time enough for everyone. Anything else you want to add?
I was just curious if anyone thinks this was predictable, since a lot of people did predict the outcome. Do you feel like it's predictable?
After it was done? Or is
it just still, it's just still a pagonging? I didn't feel that way. That's why I'm curious if anybody else just feels like, it's still a pagonging, and, it was so predictable. And I thought, but it just felt different somehow.
Well, you had to feel like Kellen was at risk. They set her up with an early
I think she
preview,
was.
and then Michael's play almost worked, like several of Michael's plays. Yeah, we're looking forward to hearing what you got to say to send off Michael there, too, and how you thought his game went, given everything that worked against him, and if you're looking forward to seeing him again now that they finally were able to take him out after multiple attempts.
Yeah, I can't imagine that Probst wouldn't want to bring Michael back.
Yeah, give him a little time, though. Definitely don't do a quick turn on it.
Don't do a back-to-back. That's unfair to the person, in my opinion.
Yep.
All right, anything else?
Nope, I think that'll do it.
Good night, everybody.